Hello, I'm Sheryl, and this is Sleep Tight, Relax, a calming bedtime show for the young and young at heart. I am so happy that you joined us for our latest story. We moved this summer, which makes it the second time we have moved in the past 5 years. Our first move was a big one, moving halfway around the world. This time, it was not nearly as far. Instead of a 24-hour journey by plane, it was just 45 minutes by car. Before our recent move, we would record all our stories in our office, located amongst art galleries, restaurants, cafes, and a chocolate store. Now, while there is a cafe nearby and an ice cream shop up the street, we record our episodes near woods full of raccoons, skunks, squirrels, a cranky gray cat, and even a great big bald eagle. Moving is a big change, bringing new challenges and experiences with it, which help us grow and have new fun. The next time you have to do something new that might bring about change, perhaps you can think about it like this. Change is like planting a tiny seed that grows into a beautiful flower. Even if it feels different or scary at first, change can help us grow, learn new things, and have wonderful experiences we've never imagined before. In our story, we are going to visit the cozy town of Huestown, where every color has its own special place, and its citizens love their predictable, colorful world. But what happens when one day, all of Huestown wakes up to a surprise that paints their lives in a whole new way? But first, let's take some time to get cozy and comfortable. Turn down your lights, and your room should be free from distractions. You may want to pull your covers up tight so that you feel warm and protected. If it helps, you can cuddle with a stuffed friend or even your pillow. Of course, if you don't feel like lying down, you can sit cross-legged or lie down on your back wherever you feel comfortable. Close your eyes if you'd like, and let's get ready to use our imagination and take some great big belly breaths. Imagine you're outside, looking up at a vast blue sky above a town called Huestown, stretching as far as you can see. It's a beautiful place. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 counts, picturing the cool blue air filling your lungs. Exhale through your mouth for 4 counts, releasing any worries or restlessness into the sky. Try this again. Breathe in through your nose for 4 counts. Feel that refreshing air filling your lungs. Exhale through your mouth for 4 counts, releasing any worries or restlessness into the sky. Feel your body become more relaxed with each breath. Pick a star and take a deep breath in through your nose. Imagine you're drawing the starlight into your body. Hold your breath for a count of 4, picturing the starlight twinkling inside you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine the light gently calming any worries or restless feelings. Now, visualize the sun setting, casting a warm golden hue over Huestown. The sun is so warm and beautiful. Breathe in through your nose this golden warmth for 5 counts, feeling its comforting glow spreading through your body. Exhale through your mouth for 5 counts, letting go of the day's stresses and embracing the coming night. Try this again. Breathe in through your nose for 5 counts. Exhale through your mouth for 5 counts. Now, imagine walking on Huestown's soft lavender-colored streets. This color is known for relaxation. Inhale through your nose for 6 counts, imagining a calming lavender scent, letting it soothe your mind and body. Exhale through your mouth for 6 counts, feeling more relaxed and ready for a peaceful sleep. Next, picture the stars and moon illuminating Huestown with a gentle silver light. Take a deep breath in, embracing the tranquility of the night, and hold it for 3 counts. Exhale slowly, imagining yourself floating gently towards a restful slumber as we listen to our story. The day the colors swapped. In the heart of a vast valley, nestled between rolling hills and a slow winding river, was Huestown. From a distance, it looked like a painting come to life. Blues, greens, yellows, and reds, all in their rightful places. The town was renowned for its orderliness, and every resident knew that in Huestown, everything had its perfect, expected hue. Everything looked as it should. The children of Huestown were taught from a young age about the specific color of things. School lessons included matching items with their colors, and quizzes like, "What color is the sky?" or "What shade are the apples?" And everyone always got full marks. Mrs. Gray, the art teacher, often said, "In Huestown, we respect tradition. Color is a part of our history." And it was true. There were tales passed down through generations about how the first settlers chose the valley for its distinct and predictable colors. In her lessons to older students, Mrs. Gray would spend most of her time teaching the art of Jean-Baptiste Camille Corot. Corot often painted landscapes in their natural, true-to-life colors. In Huestown, every day was much the same. The postman, Mr. Brown, would begin his morning rounds, his bag filled with envelopes of every color, each just as one would expect. Mrs. Green tended to her garden, where the flowers bloomed in familiar shades. The local bakery, run by the ever-cheerful Miss White, filled the air with the scent of fresh bread, and one could easily identify the flavor of each pie by its color. Children played outside in parks that were shades of predictable greens and browns. Their laughter echoed against the backdrop of the blue sky, and the world felt right. People took comfort in the consistency. Knowing what color everything should be was reassuring. But all of that was about to change. On the eve of a seemingly ordinary day, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting its color over Huestown, something extraordinary began to happen. The stars shimmered in colors that had never been seen before, and the usually silver moonlight had an unusual tint of violet. Looking out of her window, young Ella thought she must be dreaming. "Why does the moon look like a giant grape?" she whispered to her cat Pebbles, who, to her surprise, was now a shade of orange. As the night progressed, this strange phenomenon silently swept through Huestown, creating a surprise that the town would wake up to, forever altering their understanding of color and change. As dawn's first light started to warm the town, Ella sleepily rubbed her eyes, momentarily forgetting the weird spectacle from the previous night, like it was just a dream. But as she glanced around her room, she saw a rainbow of unexpected hues. Her once purple walls were now a soft teal. Her golden bedspread was now ruby red, and even her pajamas had transformed to a shade she couldn't name. And then there was Pebbles, her usually gray cat, who now sported a vibrant shade of orange, purring contentedly at the foot of her transformed bed. Pinching herself to make sure she wasn't still asleep, Ella hurried to the window, curious as to what she might see. The entire town of Huestown had undergone a revolution of color. The familiar orchards were dotted with blue and yellow fruit. The river flowed with a shimmering silver, and the streets, instead of their usual cobblestone gray, had taken on a shade of soft lavender. In the distance, she could hear the sounds of astonishment. I can't believe it! This can't be! Oh my! Wow!" Neighbors stepped out of their homes, their faces a mix of confusion, wonder, and in some cases, pure delight. Mr. Thompson, the usually stern librarian, was seen laughing heartily as he tried to identify his books, now all in varying shades of green. The town's bakery had a line out the door, with Miss White handing out mystery pastries, their flavors now a fun guessing game. But not everyone was amused. Mayor Brun, known for his strict adherence to tradition, looked aghast at the town's square statue. This historic monument had turned a shocking shade of pink. He immediately called an emergency town meeting. Ella, clutching Pebbles, decided to venture out, eager to explore this new chromatically altered world. As she stepped onto the lavender streets, she was joined by other children, their laughter echoing as they played games of color identification and had fun with the unexpected. By the town's fountain, now spurting cerulean blue water, a group of artists quickly set up easels to capture the day's unique beauty. The town's musicians began playing lively tunes, and soon an impromptu celebration was underway. Ella realized that while Huestown had always been about color, today it was about experiencing it in a new way. Today was about rediscovery, imagination, and seeing the world with fresh eyes. However, as the town gathered at the community hall for the meeting, Ella couldn't help but wonder, how did this happen? And would Huestown ever return to its traditional hues? The community hall, with its newly minted rose gold walls and emerald green ceiling, was abuzz with chatter. Ella and Pebbles, along with the rest of the people of the town, filled the hall, the atmosphere thick with anticipation. Mayor Brunn stood at his podium, his suit a dizzying shade of polka dot blue and yellow. He cleared his throat, attempting to command everyone's attention. "Citizens of Huestown," he began, "I understand the bewilderment we all feel. We're gathered here to discuss this unprecedented event and to find a way forward." From the crowd, Mrs. Gray, the art teacher, stood up, her voice trembling with emotion. "I've taught the importance of our traditional colors for years, but today, I've seen our town come alive in ways I'd never imagined. Our children are laughing, our artists are inspired, and there's a newfound joy in the air. This change has transformed us in ways I never thought possible." Ella watched as others began to speak up. Mr. Thompson shared stories of young readers flocking to his library, eager to read books based on their exciting new colors. Miss White spoke of the bakery's most successful day in years, with residents lining up to taste her mystery pastries. The hall resonated with stories, each more heartwarming than the last. However, not all shared the sentiment. A few voiced concerns about the confusion this change had brought and the challenges ahead if the colors didn't revert. "How will we explain Huestown's history?" one elder asked. "How do we maintain our traditions?" Mayor Brunn listened patiently to all sides, then said, "Change, whether temporary or permanent, always brings challenges. But today, I've seen unity, creativity, and resilience. Perhaps this is a chance for Huestown to create new traditions while cherishing the old." A proposal was made to celebrate this unique day annually, embracing the spirit of joy, creativity, and community it evoked. The motion was met with overwhelming applause. As the meeting concluded and the sun began its descent, casting new shades over Huestown, Ella felt a sense of pride. She realized that colors weren't just about tradition or appearance. They were about emotion, experience, and the stories they told. With Pebbles in her arms, Ella stepped out into the twilight, eager to create her colorful stories in the transformed Huestown. Weeks had passed since the unprecedented day when Huestown's colors shifted. Just as mysteriously as they had changed, the colors reverted to their traditional hues one morning. Ella woke up to the familiar shades of her room, and Pebbles, once again, was his usual gray. However, Huestown was not the same. A transformative energy lingered. Houses now boasted colorful trimmings, streets were lined with vibrant murals, and gardens bloomed more diversely than ever. Having tasted the kaleidoscope of possibilities, the townspeople incorporated splashes of new colors into their lives. The first annual Chroma Day celebration was in the works. Preparations were everywhere, from multicolored banners being hung across streets to a grand parade showcasing the town's history and its colorful detour. Children worked on a massive mural capturing the memory of that special day. At the same time, the elders shared tales of the past, drawing parallels between change and adaptability. Ella, inspired by the events, started a community art project. With the help of Mrs. Gray and other volunteers, they transformed an old, unused building into Huestown House of Colors, a place where anyone could come to paint, create, or simply reminisce about the day the colors swapped. On the eve of Chroma Day, the people gathered at the town square. Lanterns of every color illuminated the night, casting a soft glow on everyone's faces. Mayor Brun addressed the crowd. Huestown has always been defined by its colors, but now it's also defined by its spirit of unity, creativity, and adaptability. As fireworks painted the night sky, Ella sat with Pebbles, reflecting on the journey. The town had not just returned to its original colors, but embraced a spectrum of new shades. It was a testament to Huestown's resilience and the magic that change could bring. For in the heart of the valley, Huestown stood, not just a town of tradition, but also as an example of transformation, proving that even in the most unexpected changes, beauty and unity could be found. Our short story shows us that change brings about new experiences, lessons, and joys we hadn't anticipated. You can learn to find beauty and joy in places you don't expect. If you are still awake, repeat silently to yourself. With every change, I discover new adventures and strengths within me. I am calm, relaxed, and peaceful. Sleep tight.